So today we are going over the worst ever weapons in Fortnite. So over the years we have received a lot of weapons, but this list includes ones that people always avoided using, and it wasn't easy getting eliminations with these. So the first one is going to be the Revolver. This was in the game from the beginning in Season 1, and then it did get vaulted during the end of Chapter 1. And this weapon wasn't really the best, didn't do too much damage, wasn't very good at long range, and definitely not at short range, and this is definitely a weapon that I definitely avoided using. And same goes with the burst rifle, except the blue burst, because the blue burst was very good, but the grey burst, the green one, and all the others definitely weren't very good. You'd much rather use a regular assault rifle, and it's not a terrible weapon, but there's definitely better options out there. But this next one is definitely not the best, and this is the dual Fiend hunters, and I kind of forgot about these, but these were only really good for fighting zombies. If you came up against another player using these, then it probably wouldn't end well, because this weapon was not very good, and this is definitely a weapon that you wanted to avoid using. And you could probably say the same for the 6-shooter. This was introduced in Chapter 1, and this was a weapon that I definitely didn't enjoy using. It did have a high fire rate, but other than that, not the best. And the Ranger Assault Rifle, this was introduced in Chapter 3, Season 1, and this isn't a terrible weapon, but I'd rather use pretty much any other assault rifle over it. And I think at first it did take quite a while to get used to this weapon. It felt a little bit different to other assault rifles, but if you were good at using this, then it definitely could be effective. But the Primal Pistol is definitely one of my least favourite weapons. Definitely didn't enjoy using any of the Primal weapons in general, maybe other than the Primal Shotgun, that was pretty good, but yeah, the pistol, I think most people can agree that this weapon wasn't the best. And now on to snipers, we have to go over the semi-automatic sniper rifle. This was obviously in the game from the beginning, and then it did get vaulted in Season X in Chapter 1, and I always picked up just any other sniper over this. Probably the worst sniper in the game. Obviously it did a very high fire rate, but low damage for a sniper, and you would have to hit the enemy at least 3 or 4 times to get the eliminations. Definitely wasn't the best in terms of damage. But another weapon is the Charge SMG. It did feel like you had to reload this weapon like 10 times during each fight. Obviously the reload time was pretty quick, but the magazine size was very low, and obviously it had a very high fire rate, so it could be effective if you did hit literally every shot, but this is another weapon that you have to be pretty good at using to be able to use it effectively. But a weapon we can't forget about is of course the Crossbow. This was added in Chapter 1 Season 3, and this was probably the worst weapon in the entire game. Such a difficult weapon to use, obviously did pretty low damage, wasn't too good at short range or medium range. It could work at long range as a bit of a sniper, maybe similar to the semi-sniper rifle, but this Crossbow, if you did use it, then you'd probably understand that this weapon was not very good, and it did get vaulted and unvaulted a few times, but it hasn't been in the game for quite a while now. But yeah, this is definitely a weapon that most players didn't enjoy using. It's pretty much just in the game for the memes and trying to get fun eliminations, but you'd definitely never use this to actually try and win games and get a lot of eliminations. So those are some of the worst weapons in Fortnite history. We have also received some very good ones over the years, but these are a look back at some of the worst ones that most players didn't like using. And if you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more. And there's a load more videos on screen here. Make sure to click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.